Hey, it's Clay, CPAP My Way, cpapmyway.com. Wanted to do a quick 2022 catch up with you on the DreamStation recall. It's been about 3 months since we last spoke to you or updated you about it, so just wanted to give you a little bit of a boiled down update from all of the new Philips information that's come out here at the beginning of the year. There are some interesting developments in that, and there's also been some more information from the FDA. There was a recent inspection of Philips by the FDA, which called some things into question. So we'll go over that as well. Overall, still not a great situation, to be honest. There's still a massive shortage of CPAPs industry, really worldwide, quite frankly, because of this disturbance in production, in addition to all the COVID stuff. We currently have a few units in stock, so if you're in real need of a CPAP, you could visit us online. I'll put a link in here as well. Chat with us, email us, call us, whatever you wanted to do, and we can kind of point you in the direction of what we have. Also in the description, there's going to be a link to a blog on all this, so if you wanted to just read real quick some of the details, we'll have that in there as well. If you find the information even mildly useful, we'd love a quick thumbs up. Subscribe if you want more info. And as always, comment with any questions. We'll do our very best to answer anything, and we encourage any of your input that you can put in here as well in the comments. So 5 topics we want to go over. Where are we now? Where are we standing currently on the recall? What is the timeline for completion of the recall? Should you still be using your DreamStation 1 if they've not replaced it, or if you haven't gotten a replacement yet? Is the new DreamStation 1 repair kits and DreamStation 2 CPAP foam safe? There was an FDA inspection that kind of led at least a few people to believe that there may be some issues there. And then how is Philips prioritizing the recall process? There's some new developments on that as well. So we'll jump right in. Where are we now? This recall started in June of 2021. It feels like it's been 10 years, but it has in fact been since June. That is when they announced it. The FDA approved their recall process and the new foam and all that good stuff in September of 2021. Since all this has gone down, there have been 5.2 million people register a unit, 5.2 million units that need to be repaired or replaced. As of today, Philips has manufactured 1.5 million units or repair kits for the recall. So they've still got a lot more production to do, and even of that 1.5 million, only 800,000 have been distributed to a user currently. So it's certainly a big chunk, but it's got a long way to go. We have had a ton of customers lately emailing in and chatting and all sorts of stuff that they've received their DreamStation 2 replacement. I haven't heard many people receiving a repaired unit yet, like an original DreamStation. But we've had a ton of people saying they're receiving DreamStation 2. So it's definitely starting to set in a little bit. As far as timeline for completion goes, Philips is saying that they're going to have this done within 12 months of the approval. And so that wasn't in June, that was in September when the FDA approved it. That's the way I'm reading it anyway. So it seems as though their ETA is about September of this year, so 2022. They should have this thing fairly wrapped up. My math on that is saying some different things. So they may be picking up the pace, I guess, but assuming that they've done these 800,000 in the first 3 months of, because they announced the 800,000 in December, that would mean this is going to be about an 18-month process, which would lead into about this time next year, maybe even a little later. Hopefully that's not the case, and that they've got some cards up their sleeves to get things rolling a little quicker. But they're saying 12 months after the approval, which was September. So, according to them, we've got another 7-8 months. Next thing I wanted to discuss was, should you still be using your DreamStation 1 until you get your unit repaired or replaced? There's been a lot of speculation on that, and there's been a lot of advice from a lot of different people. However, Philips is saying now, originally when they announced this recall, they said, stop using your device immediately, then consult with your doctor and see what's best for you. Well, the FDA their information really didn't match that. So since then, Philips has changed. They've basically reversed that. They've changed what they're telling people to do. They're saying, consult your doctor to find out if you should stop using your device. So they're asking you to consult your doctor and weigh out whether these potential harms of continuing using the DreamStation outweigh the risk of not using your CPAP therapy. So I think that's kind of enlightening as to where they think the liability resides, and so maybe now they're thinking there's more liability in telling people to stop using their CPAP than there is in the potential risk of them using a DreamStation. So, take that with a grain of salt. I will say that they have been getting a lot of, I guess you'd say about 800,000 units back. And they are inspecting those units in addition to inspecting, and I shouldn't say they are, there's a third party that's being monitored by another third party, are inspecting these devices to see what's going on. And so far, they're not finding any VOCs, volatile organic compounds, that are outside the normal range. They're not testing any CPAPs that have been exposed to ozone. So that's an important factor in there. If you've been using ozone on the DreamStation to clean the internal components of the DreamStation, then you may want to take that information with a grain of salt for sure. But it's really going to boil down to you consulting with your doctor and figuring out what's best for you. Is it best to stop using the DreamStation because there's very serious concern about what it could be doing to you, or is it best to stay on CPAP therapy until the unit is repaired or replaced? So that's really only something you and your doctor can answer. Another huge concern for people is whether or not the new foam is safe. So the old foam was the PER, whatever they call that stuff, and the new foam is a silicone-based foam. Well, there was a recent FDA inspection at one of the Philips manufacturing plants, and they announced that they found a unit that failed VOC limits. And so that made a lot of people pretty concerned because, what are they manufacturing there? Well, DreamStation 2s. Well, it also turns out they're manufacturing other things. In fact, they're manufacturing a ventilator that's not yet been approved. So that is what failed inspection, a unit that's not even in circulation yet. Nothing that is currently approved by the FDA failed inspection. So that would be your DreamStation 1 repair kits and your DreamStation 2s, as well as everything else that they're making that has been approved by the FDA recently. So according to Philips, there is no reason to be concerned about DreamStation 2s or the DreamStation 1 repair kits. It is a new silicone-based foam that has had no issues with VOC limits at all. So I know a lot of people were very concerned about that and immediately came out saying, there's going to be a DreamStation 2 recall. That is not the case, thank God, because I don't even know how anybody would survive that, let alone us. Last thing I wanted to go over was how Philips is prioritizing the recall for higher risk people. So as we understand it, the FDA has been pushing them to come up with a more prioritized process, for people that are a little more high risk. So people maybe on bi-levels or have COPD or comorbidities that make them especially susceptible to bad outcomes from stopping therapy. And it sounds like, and we've even had one customer receive this, that they're sending out emails or letters that are questionnaires basically. And you're going to fill out a questionnaire saying, if there's anything going on with you in addition to sleep apnea that would present more issues, if you're on a BiPAP, things like that. So it looks like Philips is going to try to target their approach going forward to people that have higher risks or serious concerns with stopping therapy. So if you get that email or letter, definitely fill it out because it may move you up on the list. As always, we really appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. If you like the information, hit us with a thumbs up, comment with any questions or input that you might have of your own, and we appreciate the like and subscribe. Thanks.